Okay, hello. Just getting into our first game here. This was a CCL game sent in by The Outcast. Frequent requester of reviews. Always love watching some Outcast matches. So we're against Raging 82. I'm not familiar with them. Apparently this game was streamed, and the streamer had some advice for Outcast. I don't know what the advice was. Just that it could have been a little more solid, something or another. But I'm going to ignore that and try to give my own commentary as a Chaos Coach. We got two Block Warriors, very good. We got a Mighty Blow Beastman. Do we have any injuries to worry about? We got some SPP going on. So definitely, if we can, we want to level that. Might be able to level you this game. That's about all we got. So are we on offense or are we on defense? We're on defense, okay. Against Undead, rule of 5 is fine. Enough. Okay. Just starting off real quick. This is a bit wonky of a start. It looks like you were considering, like, this could have been chevrons, and that would have been good. Like, chevrons is good. Always chevrons is good. But leaving this center exposed, there's a lot of ghouls running around. I would just change this up a little bit. And honestly, you can go rule of 5 here and not feel bad. Just, get a beastman here. Oop, that's wonky. Why is that wonky? One second, let me restart my pen tool. But you could, you do your standard rule of 5. Put your players back here. Force the undead to go around, try to commit to a side, and then gang up on them. Another thing you could do cups. I like to go cups in this matchup. So, you get like warrior here, warrior here, warrior here, warrior here, then put your beastman behind. I like to do this because it brings the warriors in a square. They're able to respond to the sides a little bit better. And it doesn't really expose much unless your opponent has like a lot of guard and just wants to space up. But there's really not many ways to go wrong in this matchup turn 1. Especially when there's like few skills. Like there's 3 skills in the game. And they're all for you. Like, you could have, like, put this back and it would have looked prettier. I think swapping these around just so that your warriors are closer to the middle is good. Because your warriors are movement 5, and that's not slow, but it's not fast either. And every square closer to the center they are, the better off you are at the start of the drive. Because it just takes them a while to get to the other side of the field. Like, Tricia Blue takes forever to get over here. And then Mr. Shrek takes a while to get over to the right side. And looking at it, your real good hits here. You wanna take good hits, right? You wanna use your Mighty Blow on the ghouls, especially AV7, no regen. And the star player's probably a value hit as well. Ali Babad, also AV7, and also really good. But he's also got secret weapons, so if you could just score, that's better. Or force a score. And so far, this is fine. Removal on the line of scrimmage, no big deal. Was that a kickoff event that gave us... Yes. Yes, it was. Hey, Outcast, how's it going? I think my, I think my chat overview is wonky. This is fine. This is fine. Start bringing your warriors over to the same side as the rest of the team. Yep, this is fine. I wouldn't mind a little bit more aggression towards the ball. The ball is really far back. But not going after it is fine. And your opponent doing really good at getting the extra hits. Oh, I don't think my chat's not working. My chat's not working. 1 second. Oh, it's because I had bound a mongoose. 1 second. Let me fix my chat real quick. Because I have my little third-party tool that shows me in an overlay, and I have it bound to mongoose. Yeah, thought going after the ball would be tough. Sending a player to go harass the ball and the the ghouls is not an overcommit, especially when the ball is on the very back row like that. You have plenty of time to harass it, and when you go and harass the ball early, you force it into a cage, which means that it gets to move slower down the pitch and gives you more chance to hit things and cause awkwardness. There we go. Now we're bound right. Yeah, 3 parties. Exactly, Doug. Hey, Elliot. And as the title of the stream says, I have plenty of room for more games. You know, the minors in college hasn't really taken off very much. And not many people in the main league seem interested in sending games. Oh, okay, Doug. Yeah, I'll download your game after. We'll look at that. But I was planning on looking at this game. I wanted to look at Bud Tugley's match, not because there's a lot to improve, but because it was a fun match to watch, and I think more people should see it. And then we'll do that. I put it in weekly recaps, but I think college has only had like 1 or 2 games happen. But I'm gonna remind people in the weekly recaps like next week. Yeah, that's what I thought. They haven't started. Let's see, we're getting into a cage. Okay, so now the ball is really annoying to hit and get to. Yeah, we're doing, the recap is happening at 8 tonight, Eastern. Give me replays. I mean, that's what I do every season. How many pieces died this match? I have no idea. This is a CCL game, and I have not seen it yet. Are we going after the mummy? Going after the mummy is fine. Just make sure you do it with the mighty blow. You also could have gone after the ghoul, but then your mighty blow's way out of position. And I think, tiny error here, instead of hitting from the side, hit from the bottom. Because when you hit from the bottom here, you can push away so he's not based if it's only a push. But you can also protect your mighty blow better. And bring him back behind your team. Or at least a little bit. And then, like, move this up to screen it off. So that's something to be aware of. Always protect your mighty blow. Like a ball carrier. Yes, the magic blackboard. And other than that, this seems fine right now. Like, I don't see any real issues. Just try to keep your team in between the enemy and the end zone. Try to force them towards a side. Make them pick. Okay, and you are protecting that good. And I would bring this out to right here. Take up some of the space. even if all you do is cut off this zombie from rejoining the team, I would move this here. Just protect this Mighty Blow piece. And like if you look right now, you're giving the undead a square to work with. Just move these players like up a square, and you're stealing more space from them, but you're still the same amount of exposed. Okay. It's good. Not getting knocked down much, that's good for you. Ali Babad is out. Hitting star players is good, as it turns out. What are you hitting? This white's not a priority hit. I do not think. Unless you're just trying to get the extra hit on the mummy, then that changes it. Using your blitz to free up players is fine. Separate the white to this square. Send them away from the ball. It is almost always the best. Just simple rule of thumb. Almost always send the player you hit away from the ball. Whether that's towards their side of the pitch. It's like order of operations, right? Which square am I sending them to? Square that doesn't give them a free hit. Then it's the square furthest away from the end zone. And then it's the square furthest away from the ball, so they can assist it worse. I would have taken this dodge, because you just don't want to give free hits. Pendes. Yes. Piling on extra hits, movement, something. Okay. Most of this has been fine, but your last turn you really could have freed up a couple more players. Yeah, I agree. That's fine. Okay. And now this is going to get hit and blitz through. That's fine-ish. Oh, you didn't need to take the one die. Should have done the other hit first. Just like minor error. Because this was a 2 die still, because this was marked off. But that could just be CCL 2-minute turns causing mistakes. Like that, you know. Because that sort of mistake happens to everybody. Okay, and now this ghoul's exposed. This should be getting hit, I'm pretty sure. Because it's going to go into cage right here. Hit this ghoul. Do something with the ball. And you're getting baited by the mummies a little bit. If you can, when you knock a mummy down, you want to put them on one player. And right now the mummies are separated from the ball a little bit. That's fine. But you really don't want to get stuck on them. It's like a super flesh golem. And with flesh golems, you don't want to get stuck on those either. Because they just hog your player's attention. That's unfortunate. I would have gone ahead and followed that to get off the mummy. That's fine, using the block to go mark the ball. And now you really want to come over here and assist this. Yep, you hit that. Follow, okay? I would bring this to, like, right here to mark this white. Because this white's just going to stand up and take this hit. So, instead of marking up these ghouls... No, actually, this is fine, because this is going to be a handoff, most likely. If you don't mark this. So, ignore me, this is fine. I probably would have stood this guy here to also mark the white, though. Okay. Yep. White should be coming in here. And your opponent is marking a lot as well, but you're down 4 players, so it's not really risky to do. Why not the white? White can get a 2-die with a block instead. Fair, fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Both down's kind of a failure anyways. Okay. Now what's the plan? You basically try to tie up everything? Now this is just going to be made a 3-die. And I think part of the problem with this half is that you were based on Mighty Blow the entire half, and you just lost a lot of dudes because of it. So definitely avoid being based on mummies if you can. Because Mighty Blow does work. Surfed with the ball carrier. Without rerolls, I wouldn't. Okay, and this is just hits. Like, you set up as if you're gonna get a riot, but other than that, you just take hits. You can foul, but it's probably not very good. And you got the level, that's good. I like the foul. I like the foul. AV3 foul. But not very good. I mean, it's not really a good piece, and it's got a regen. But you can get basically guaranteed armor break. And if you feel like you need a little luck, like a little bit of high roll, it's okay. I generally don't foul zombies. If it was a ghoul, you foul that every time. Mummy, I think you can argue that you foul that. White, you probably foul that. If you have a spare player, you take the foul anyways, though. Okay, the ghouls are protected. Priority hit here is probably just the white, yeah. And I like to swap these two. I like to put the Mighty Blow on the inside for kickoff-related reasons, right? If you swap these two, then the Mighty Blow is more safe during a blitz. And that's mainly it. It also has some implications for perfect defense. Not very many, but a few. But I just like to cover the blitz possibility and have assist canceled on the Mighty Blow just by putting it on the inside. But that's also not a huge deal. Taking your hits block, I like it. You don't need assist for the blitz. You got strength for it. Very, very good. And yeah, that's out. Good job. You took the very straightforward correct answer. Following protects the mighty blow. That's fine. Now, I would probably bring this warrior over here. Just to prevent the one die. But it's also not that big a deal. Okay, mighty blow coming in. Do we have an Apo? Yes, we do. And now, whether you're pushing up or not depends on, are you trying to win this game or is the tie okay? Because that determines how aggressive you should be pushing up. These ghouls are splitting off. This is fine. You might be able to push down the middle a little bit. It's hard to say, though. I would not follow that. Maybe hit this ghoul? Does expose the mighty blow a lot, though. That's probably just better. Doesn't expose the mighty blow. Keep it protected. And I would put this warrior, like, right here. I don't know what you're doing there. You're not going to prevent that from getting the assist that it needs. So I don't like putting more players on the mummy. You're just getting yourself trapped. And the rest of this, the ball is safe, so it's not much to say. Yep, we get the 2 dice into a 2 die. I think this game you underestimated your opponent's ability to create 2 die blocks. And you just gave up a lot of hits, which isn't punishing you this half, but the first half you had like 4 KOs and an injury. Just be more aware that if you're gonna be basing, you're probably gonna be basing more or with guard. Okay. This ghoul is somewhat stuck. Like, this is a good base. And when you do base, you want to bring other players to block off the assist. Which, right now, this warrior's blocking off assist on this entire side. Right now, there is a blitz 1 die potential on the block warrior, which is fine. That's not a huge risk. And at this point, with a mummy trapped over on the left side, I'm probably looking to swing to the right, blitz through this ghoul or something. Because this mummy's going to take forever to get back to the right side of the pitch. Take that hit for sure. Should be hitting the ghoul there, I think. Unless you're just trying to expand the pathway. That's fine then. Yeah, that looks like why you did it. Okay. fine. Protect the mighty blow. Yeah, this looks good. This follow makes the mummy have to even take a more circuitous route. And if they focus too hard on blocking you up this way, you just cut back through the middle. That is the right hit. I'm not a fan of taking this hit. Because that, like, lets you go through the center, sort of, but also you've used 3 activations to hit a mummy that didn't break. And not a huge fan of marking this white. That is a scoring threat, they do have to deal with it. That's fine. That's okay. I think there's a 1-die on your ball right now. Like, this is a 1 in 9 dodge into a 1-die. And there's also a chance that this zombie ends up getting a hit of some sort. Like, you might be able to get... No, the zombie can't really take that hit. But there is a 1 in 9 into a blitz hit. That would really slow you down. Yeah. This is just a standard example of you got stuck on the mummies again. So your strength 4 pieces are caught on the only 2 strength 5 pieces on the pitch, and just not able to be your strength advantage anywhere else. And that worked out, but you succeeded on the 1 in 36 failure on a 1-die with a reroll. Yep. Like, neither of these teams are playing terribly. But I don't think either of them are playing a super clean game either. No, it's fine to blitz them to free up players. So let's this is actually explained in Abstract Ideas, like that Glava wrote in the weekly recaps. There's one about player activations. So let's say that red is mummies, blue is your team, right? So if we have a mummy and he is marked by 2 players, it is worthwhile to take a blitz to free up those 2 players, right? So you take the hit and you get a push, you've freed up 2 players. You've used an activation to get 2 activations. Now, another example is, let's say there is a mummy with nobody marking him. If you want to hit this mummy, it would take a 2 player activations, then a 3rd player activation and a blitz to hit the mummy. This is not worth it. This has cost you 3 actions to get a potential push. So, a good way to think about it is, does taking a hit free up your player? Or does it just, like, cost more activations? Is it worth using 3 activations to knock mummy down? Sometimes it opens up a vital pathway that you need to get through. But a lot of your hits on mummies have been this latter example, where you're moving three players to get the hit, which is not very action efficient, if that makes sense. Another thing to note is you're doing things like you're knocking down a mummy, so you're knocking him down, and then he's still, when he stands up, he's marking 2 players. Yeah. Yayo has a good analysis. But the main thing is also when you knock a mummy down, just not basing anybody. Because like when you knock them down, they get to stand up. That's all they do. You don't have to base them. Knock them down and then don't mark them. Or if you're going to mark them so that they can't go anywhere, just give them a loner or a rookie beastman. And then if you really want to, you can bring in an assist and then a blitz. And that's 2 activations to free up an activation. So it's a net -1 rather than a net -3 or a net -2. And that's just, that's how a good way to conceptualize it. Because it's like the opportunity cost of hitting the mummy is too high. Whereas, like, your players all have horns, you can take a no-assist hit on a ghoul for your blitz. And that's, like, much lower opportunity cost for potential of knocking down the player. And this was a miscounted screen right here. The ghoul just walked in. Was that a blitz? Yes, it was. Okay, it just didn't show. Yeah, you're... No, wait, that was a dodge in. Yeah, that was just a 1 in 9 dodge in. 1 in 9 is like 90% plays. Yeah. Happens. Loner hit is risky, but sometimes you gotta do it. Because that opens up your dodge to pick up the ball. And I want to be clear, both you and your opponent played a little bit sloppy this game. I think if your opponent played a little more cleanly, you would have been absolutely bodied. Hey, Kindred, this is a CCL match we're looking at. That the Outcast wanted looked at. And we've gotten some good advice out there. Talked about not getting your players stuck on the pillars of a team, such as 2 mummies. We've talked about not using 3 activations to get a hit on a mummy, unless there's like a good reason to. But yeah, if you notice a lot, the undead opponent that you're going against, they've been really good at using blitzes to free up players, like we talked about with the mummy. So if they have like 2 zombies, a zombie marked on a chaos warrior, they'll blitz off a piece and then use an assist to free up that player, or just to get another 2-die hit in. Okay. Takes the dodges. Does get lucky. Does get the blitz. Yep. My personal favorite is if you knock down a pillar like a flesh golem, a big guy, a mummy. If you knock them down, just base a rookie on them when they're on the ground. Or if you can outmove them, just get out of range to where if they stand up and want to mark you, they have to GFI. That's also good. Deal with them on the next turn. Okay. Freeing up this player for the pass, it looks like. And that was the play. That wasn't bad. You just didn't roll the dice you needed. And you didn't have a reroll. Yeah, no problem, no problem. It's always fun to look at your games. You've definitely improved a lot. Like, your chaos play has gotten really solid. You can tell that when you play against other rookies, you can very much tell how much better you've gotten. But sometimes, 2-minute timer CCL and against players that are probably a little more experienced, it looks a little sloppy, but that's also 2-minute timers are a pain. Kill more things. Yeah. It's also 3-skill chaos is not the highlight of their ability. So you were not doing bad at all. Just a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of paying attention to the activation of your players and how many players you're moving to get the assist you're getting, and covering those potential assist spots. So if you mark a Chaos Warrior onto somebody, try to cover where the opponent can get those assists from. Well, Kindred, if you've got a game that you want me to look at, I've got plenty of time for a few more games. Elliot, yeah. There's a couple other games. But go ahead and suggest them. I'm gonna go grab Doug's game. He offered that one up. Hygienes and Evaders. Do you know what league that's in? What division? Let's see. If that's a game, if it's from CCL, if you could send me a replay file, that'd be great. If you know how to do that. Let's see. Ha. And Doug, you were against Holing. We'll download this match. And you wanted to learn how to go against the DACA? Yeah. But Kendron, I look at replays every Thursday. I try to, anyways. Let's see. This was the one I just downloaded. And we looked at... DACA match. And let me restart Blood Bowl real quick so we can look at Doug's game. Because whenever you move a replay file into your replay folder, you have to like restart for it to show up. It's a little obnoxious. Oh yeah, like I'm not even I also had to recap at like 8 tonight. And by that I mean I also had to watch the games I'm recapping so I know what actually happened in them. Alright. So then we got Ordinary Elves versus the Ruinous Power. Swap that over. And just generally, Doug, DACA, the main thing I do against DACA is very slowly move up towards the elves and like covering the pitch, or just hit end turn until they come and face me. Let's see. You're on defense first. You've got a few tackle. They don't have too much dodge, do they? No, they have a good bit of dodge. So you want to keep your tackle protected. That's for sure. He chose the ball. Yeah, I figured. Well, even if you don't overcommit, they have the ability to get through, depending on how much tackle you have and other skills to go against elves. And with Rebel being such a bash focused league, oftentimes teams just don't have the skills required to chase down the elves. And widows are just really hard to deal with as chaos, I feel. Unless you just like murder everybody. I do think I'm not huge on the rule of 5 against widows. Like I'd rather choose chevrons so that if they do try to go through, they're forced into a position of having to score rather than anything else. It is important to note you're probably not going to get many hits with your blitzes. Yeah, if he usually goes and does DACA, that's fine. But if he's gonna dock it anyways, then the chevrons doesn't hurt you. But yeah, I would basically get into like columns or chevrons like right up here where you are. And you're gonna want to keep a sweeper back, someone with tackle. And I'd probably put your stand firm on the outside. Like you can put stand firm right here. There is a jugs, but it's not got frenzy. And right now you're extending a little far on the right side here. Like there's a chance that this is broken through. Doubtful though. Okay. This is mostly fine this turn. And if he wants to take this foul, that's probably fine for you. Which I doubt it. Because there's too many good pieces. So he's just going to go backwards. So as you move up, just try to keep your columns going. Like pretend you're L's. Or like mostly columns. Like you want the outside, you want 2 pieces protecting. Force him to go through the center because it's easier to clasp on if he breaks through there. And also try to keep one player with tackle back a little bit to try and catch. But yeah, right here I would be looking at elf movement range. I don't want to go up to here. I would want to be like right here because you're really trying to compare the movement differential between them and you, right? So right now, the linemen can move like 7, the catchers can move 8, war dancers can move 8. So I literally just count 1. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can get to like right here. So I just want to go to where I can basically catch up to them, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I maybe put my players like right here. So these ones are a little more forwards. and then I put some like either behind or a square behind that, and that's all I do. Like this turn, you don't even take a blitz, right? So you just get this player here, this player up here, and you just get your two wide screens in. Get your two wide screens in. And then like maybe just do the thing where you have like the gap. And you can more or less just go like this until they decide to do something and have like one player dropped back here. Like, because you have 11 still. But like, do not break your formation like very willingly. Force him to do something. Because if he's going to concede all this ground, let him. Like, let's see. And your stand firm, your stand firm pieces, definitely want them on the outside more than the inside. Because if he breaks through the inside, he's still in movement range of all your pieces. Whereas if he breaks through on the right side, your left side pieces are really kind of stuck. This is mostly fine. He's taking his blitz. But yeah, you see where you didn't put these columns? He's taking up that space now. That's actually really bad. So you want to just like regroup on this line now. Removing L's is good. If you can. Yep. And where you don't actually have a column on the outside, he's just walking past now. And he's going to try to outrun your entire team and just not take hits again. Because here's the thing with the Docker, right? If all the elves are on one side of you, it's much easier to defend. As soon as they break through, there's exponentially more options for them to take to get past you. So if they ever go backwards, just keep your columns up and force them to pick one spot to go through rather than multiple. I understand what you were going for. They might get surfed. Okay. Cover your outs. And I will say one thing is like basing elves really doesn't do much unless you're basing with diving tackle or covering their dodges so that they have to make a 3+2+ through tackle. Because right now there's just a 1 in 6, and like if he wants, he can even re-roll it because there's only 4 turns left. And he is going through the center, it looks like. So you might be able to ball up on it. And like honestly, even if you do the Daka right, or even if you defend against the Daka correctly, sometimes they just lightning bolt and go through anyways. But like, if they lightning bolt on offense, that is a great spot for you. Here, you basically have to blitz this. Just because it's like, it's in scoring range and nothing else is. I like this because that covers the possibility of just stalling at the end zone. And then try to get between your players and the end zone, yeah. Yep, and that goes right there. Honestly, don't even. I would not pile that on, because if that doesn't break your, you could be in a pickle. I would just stay standing with the tackle next to the sideline. It's just one of those games where tape down. Sorry, yeah. If that broke armor, that's fine, but that didn't break armor, and if it doesn't break armor on the reroll, it's just really rough because this catcher is a problem by being alive because it's still in scoring range. Okay, then we got a frenzy hit. Okay. So now, one scoring threat, two scoring threats, three scoring threats. Yeah, three scoring threats at the moment. Whereas if this was like based on the sideline still, if you still had this movement available from Pride, this was not possible. Or at least not in the same exact configuration without taking some dice. Yeah, because I don't think you can stop this now. There's three scoring threats. High agility leap, like taking hits is good. As soon as the elves are forced into contact on the mighty blow, you're in a good spot. But yeah, like this, you can't even really hit this. I mean, you can bring an assist here. Um. Okay. And this is like better than nothing. You got to hit it on positional. But like I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the piling on when it's time to prevent scores. Like if this was like over here, yeah, you pile that on. But like this right here is kind of, it's not able to join where the ball goes now that it's piled on. This is my view on it. And this is gonna be awkward to get to. Gotta hit on it. Yeah, I'd probably take the dodge hit with the reroll. Don't let them stall another turn. Yeah, I would have been using that for over here. This does have dodge, though. Can just take 2 die without block or tackle, though. That is in scoring range. So that is a good job marking. Okay. Gets the POW. Okay. I like that. Yep, I like that. Yeah, and it's just you want to give the elves something worse than a 2+ to try and pick up the ball, but it's kind of hard at this point. Like honestly, this all comes back to if you had solid columns up here, they would have been forced to go through on one side, and you would have been able to wrap your other players back into the play. But it's when they spill over both sides like that, it gets really hard to defend. Take some hits. And yeah, you're not breaking them with the Mighty Blow either. That's also bad. Oh, you did get a Riot, though. This catcher's just gonna blitz you, right? Yeah, that was a whoopsies, right there. Yep. Then here you've done pretty good. You got your stuff spread, so you've got ways past. Likely just like hit this lineman or something. And also the ball is more central. You have an easier time handing off to this side. I probably wouldn't even blitz this. Like, I would just trust in the 2+. I would try to blitz maybe like the sidestepper. Because the sidestepper, you can pretty much guarantee something will be in scoring range. On GFI. Okay, good job. Yeah, that score was really hard to stop. Because you had enough pieces in scoring range, they were separated. Couldn't just block off the one side. It's hard to go too wrong on that. Alright, I've gotten Elliot's replay. I'll put that into my replay folder real quick. And then we'll look at that one, and I think we'll be done after that. when we're done looking at these two games. And it's nice. I hear you set up to hit things. And against Wood Elves and Scave and that sort of thing, I like to bring a couple players back to help protect the ball. Yep. That one you do pile on, yep. Okay, there is an elf out. So it's 8 against 11? I would have gone for a Mighty Blow hit, but you're getting a lot of pushes here. Bringing them back to protect the ball, good. You want to shore up over here with your stand firm a little bit. I don't think going into the standard cage right away is the right thing to do. Gives a lot of space for the Wood Elves to just dick around in. And also, if you're not putting a player on the inside here, it's better just to go standard cage with guard on opposite corners. Yeah, because the Wood Elves, I'm assuming, run around all your pieces and trap your cage back here. And then get like a leap play or something. Or like a wizard. Especially against a wizard. Yeah, I don't think screening was just better. Because you just screen off the elves, and even if they zap you while you're behind like a screen that spans like 2/3 of the pitch, they can't really do too much to you yet. Like you definitely keep something behind the ball carrier against the wizard and the like Agi 5 leap catcher. Because you got to be able to catch them. Okay. Good. I would try to run away up this way. Okay, and this is gonna be awkward because I'm assuming the wizard goes down here. No, it does not. I'm actually getting more and more. Did you get really unlucky on losing the ball? Because there's not many elves left. So like a god wizard? Or like a frenzy serve or something? Okay. That piling on is fine because it's a power piece. That was a really bad scatter. Yeah, that was a really bad scatter. Could have landed in a lot of spots and not screwed you, but that was really really bad scatter. Yikes! And then the elves pick up the ball and run backwards. They've got 6 elves though. Okay. Push push. Okay. And at this point, you should foul one of these things that are on the ground while pushing up for a fast score and then going for another fast score. Like that should have been a foul. But then you push up into range of the other players. Like this game is still winnable. Murder this. Yep. Okay. Good. You don't need to be behind now. Just get up into scoring range, and I think you do just score. If you're going for the win, that is. If you're going for the tie, you don't. But if you're going for the win, you definitely score. Which I think you should go for the win, because I don't. What are the others gonna do with like 5 players in like 3 turns? I think it should have been set up to go for the win. Like, I think you should have been scoring in the last turn, even if you're going for the win. Which I'm not sure if you were. Or were you just accepting a tie? Or trying to accept the tie? Okay. Then in that case, you just want to get multiple screens between you and the leap pieces. I like that hit. Yep, and you needed that to break. One less thing to worry about. Ooh, that's not good for you. Yeah, that's really bad. Oh no, I understand. You just some elf dice. You didn't respect it. You didn't respect. Yeah, if this was just another screen here, I think it would have been fine. That was unfortunate. That was like the play to prevent the draw though. So like you can't be mad at the taking of it. It's just super unfortunate. Someone needs to pick up the ball this turn though. Okay. And you gotta reroll that, I think, yeah. Just go for the throw. That makes sense too. Hmm. Probably going for 3 2 pluses would be my idea. Yeah, push is fine. Yeah, so I would hand off here and go for 3 2 pluses. Is it 4? No, because that's in range to. Oh, wait. I miscounted. Yeah, 4 GFIs. Yeah, that's rough. I think maybe if you saved a reroll from one of the hits, you would have been fine. But like, oof. Look at the block dice. Yeah, it's pretty good block dice. Not many skulls, not many lots. Almost every hit is a pound. Wow. By yours. Yours are a little low. Still primarily pals though. Like somewhat decent distribution. Yeah, it's rough. And then we had Elliot's game. I will have to restart to see it. Pull that up real quick. Yeah, I think it was just you didn't quite understand how to deal with the DACA. A little bit of misfortune and a little bit of you got complacent there at the end, which is fair. There were 3 elves on the pitch, and they still got the ball loose and scattered it out of bounds. That was unfortunate. I like Russel on a goat or two. Not you don't have to have 11 killers on a chaos team. Despite what some people will say, you do not need to have 12 killers. Yeah, I like water too because you give them wrestle. You can give them like really long legs, leap if they get a double. So Eliath is the Nurgle. Yeah, let's see here. So we've got 12 players versus 11. Let's go to added skills so we can see what's going on in the world. Yeah. A designated sacker is really good because wrestle, tackle, strip ball, that sort of loadout, and you force the ball onto the main ball carrier. And if the main ball carrier goes down or doesn't have short hands to begin with, you're just really good at getting the ball up in the air. Very good against other bash teams more than elf teams. Like, if you're against Nurgle that doesn't have sure hands, then you get the ball down. It just makes a mosh pit, which is usually beneficial on your defense. Okay, I definitely want to be using this Mighty Blow as much as possible. Want to get this guard in a decent spot. And you just don't want to get caught up on the dwarves, is the main thing. Try to use the strength advantage. Try to make them split up. Yeah, dwarves can be rough. Dwarves can be rough, especially when they already got all their guard. No claw yet, not able to do that either. Yep, and that is the likely target. Oh, I didn't say they're not a pain. I said they're usually not a terrible matchup. They're still a pain. Okay, get your guard in. Okay. Cannot disagree with all those statements. That's unfortunate. Now your Mighty Blow is stuck. I probably wouldn't have stood these up. I would have just taken the dodges sequentially. Because now you've got this is on a Mighty Blow. And that's. Rotters are actually not very survivable. They don't have regen and you don't have Appos. So they get a casualty. Their decay is going to ruin you. Okay, we're starting to see the guard get slotted in. And this gets one died. Foul appearance, okay. I would take a hit with the Mighty Blow on the Loner, and then you'll follow up with a Mighty Blow hit on the Strength 5 with your Beast and Noble after you get your players moved. Good. Turn order. Okay. Pushes. Happens, but you can still blitz this. Yeah. Good. Good. I like that. Yeah, and you're just going to try to be the better bash team for a few minutes, and then like turn 8, the dwarves try to score. That's how this matchup is going to be very exciting. On the advice I give of have you tried hitting better? Did you get inducements for this game? Really feels like you should be getting inducements against like 6 guard. Dwarves are infuriatingly cheap. Okay. Can't really blitz anything in the line of players. Beast and Urgles being annoying. Yikes, another dub skull. Your la la la. Your strength fours are getting away from the ball, like they're way far away. They're multiple turns away from the action. Something to be aware of. I don't think you should have blitzed on the left side. And Skull King and Arrow Prince. Pal appearance is good. And that's unfortunate. Because I did not regen. So the main thing of note is that this is just a heavy mismatch. These dwarves are brutal. Like, you need more Mighty Blow, you need more Claw, you need more of your own guard. And the dwarves are just going to continue this pattern. Oh my god. That's your third set of dub skulls. Yeah, the dwarves are not intimidated by your Nurgle. Protecting the guard, good. Yep. And these are still stuck over here. You need to bring them around. Sadness. Um, I might have just left them there on the ground. Because on the ground, they're still an issue for the dwarves. Same here. Instead of dodging out a diving tackle, leave them on the ground. Because they're still in the way. Fair, fair. A lot of people miss it. The UI doesn't like remind you that it's a thing either. So honestly, I think it's mainly a UI issue because nobody like misses tackle zones because the die roll comes up. I will say this blitz on here, we see another issue of how many activations are you using to hit one player, and is it worth it? Also, your Beast of Nurgle has really stupided like 4 times this half, which that's like a lot of your budget and a main portion of your strength advantage with it being strength 5 and guard. Another dub skull? Okay. um I'm gonna be honest, you rolled like 4 dub skulls and just as many really stupids. This half, like, there's not much you could have done this half. So we're just gonna skip over to the next one. Cause like that, you used every single reroll on a dub skull. Yeah, yeah, that was a little rough. Here you can make some 3 dies, make your hits a little more likely. Like your players aren't doing anything else, you might as well make it 3 dice. It prevents that from happening. Oh god, so many dub skulls. Okay, I'm gonna skip the setups. Here you set up, you take the line of scrimmage. That'd be set up for a long score because I don't think you can win this game very easily. Because like Nurgle kind of aimed for that 1-0 win, and so did Dwarves. Perfect defense makes everything fucked. Wait, they didn't do anything? What? What? No, he should have screwed you over with that. I don't agree with that at all. Like, knowing where the ball lands allows you to play super aggressive on defense. What we should have seen is like hard pressure over on this side to go after the ball. That's so wonky. Oh wait, Blood Bowl dude. I know Blood Bowl dude. He is a massive rager, if I remember correctly. Somebody else played against him in the Mongoose Discord. Blood Bowl dude. Oh yep, it's the same dude. Yeah, he's a massive rager. Okay. You're probably just dodging this Rotter out. Not sold on that blitz, but it is with Mighty Blow, so it gets a pass. Yep, okay. You're doing basically what I would be doing. This is honestly just like a hard game. Because you're Nurgle below 2000 TV. Foul appearance, good. Foul appearance, good. Scoring threat is hit. Not down. Not having a Troll Slayer is not too strange. Like, some people just don't like them. Usually Dwarf Coach have at least one, though. Also, main thing I'm noticing is you have two Rotters with block. If one of these was Dirty Player, you could probably remove some things a little better. Because one of the advantages you have as a team that gets free players is you'll often be able to get bigger benches pretty easily by just getting kills. Dirty Player is one of your main removal methods until you get your Claw Mighty Blow off the ground. Whoa, you re-rolled that? What are you doing? That's silly. Don't re-roll that. Take the hit, sure, but don't re-roll it. What are you looking for there? A push? Oh, desperate. No, you weren't. You just leave it there. It's fine. Get more foul appearance procs. It'll get out of there eventually. If you were more likely to get a dodge out than to than to have that reroll work and give you the way out. Yeah, it's just a 5+. Oh. I just don't think it's worth taking the red dice with the big dude. Just let him soak up a hit or two. No. Agi1 is a 5+. Um. Huh. Uh-huh. That's the play of the game. you you walked out of the diving tackle after passing to it in a tackle zone. You just walked out of diving tackle to get your touchdown. You're not an elf. That's so. You know how silly that was, right? Did you forget about the diving tackle again, or did you realize it was diving tackle? Oh, that's funny. Egg lava. Oh. Oh, it was unique. It was unique. I won't take that away from you. I'm gonna guess yours. That's almost as good as a 4+ pass into diving tackle dodge. Oh, skip this setup. Yeah, no worries. You have a good one. Dwarves are just going to bash, bash, bash. Um, Gotta be a little forceful with your pesties in order to get to the ball here. Yeah, what did he say? I can't believe it either. That was a silly score. Okay, dwarves. This was just a CCL game. That's why there's such a mismatch in TVs, or not even TVs, just in like development. I almost like right here. There was like a surf play you could have done potentially. Would have been funny. It would have involved putting someone here, getting a blitz from below, and some other shenanigans. Probably wasn't even worth it, but it was fun to think about. Yep, and you get your routers over towards where the play is. Do not follow up that hit. You followed up that hit. Okay, and this is actually a really good spot for the Beast and Urgle now, because one guard in the center negates two guards on the side for most intents and purposes. If we're looking at a 3v3. Okay. The ball is running through. It's not too difficult to deal with. Might require a dodge, though. Take your hits with your guard big guys last. One and 9 dodge into what? To mark. Okay. Then run your Pestigore down. No. Run your Pestigore this way. Because you blitz the Pestigore and then you bring them down to the center to act as the blitz on the next turn. If the dwarves are not all gone and already scored. Okay. Dwarves should really get another scoring threat here if they can. Like, they should be able to. No, wait. Where's their other blitzer? Do they not have another blitzer? Am I silly? Yeah, they don't. They only have the one blitzer. Huh. Now he has to take a dodge out. No reroll, and that was. Yeah, I don't think that the. I think that was just a silly play from your opponent more than anything, because that was a very poor way of going about that. I feel. I think the proper way to deal with the situation was to get a chain push, which I think was possible. Way to tie though. That'll be what I'm looking at then. No, it really shouldn't have been. It was a decent bit of luck. Honestly, Nurgle at that low a TV just have difficulties with everything, especially when they don't have Dirty Player or Claw Mighty Blow. And most of the Nurgle warriors didn't have block yet, so it was just a rough team, and somehow pulled out a draw. Not bad. A little bit of luck, though. A little bit of luck. 50, almost 50 blocks and no removals, though, so that's actually, like, unfortunate, even against dwarves. So they had 86% armor? That's really high. No, yeah, I agree. But that will do us for the moment. I've got some games to look at for my recap later, so I'm a hop off. Thanks for everybody that sent in games. Thanks for watching. Giving advice yourself. Next week, same time, 2 p.m. EST, 19 UTC. And if you see games that you think would be interesting to take a look at, feel free to send them in. Spreadsheet is in the Discord's floating around. And see if there's anybody to raid real quick, and I'll hop off. We'll raid Rick Reckless, since that was the recommendation that popped up on my screen. Yeah, no problem. All right. Y'all have a good one.